the Dragonborn, Thane of Whiterun, has brought his housecarl Lydia to the wilderness outside Riverwood. They search for a site of power, a standing stone said to grant blessings to the faithful. Near the site, they meet an Imperial with a mysterious past who informs them that bandits have overrun the area. To make matters worse, there are rumors of dragonkin nearby. Our three heroes set their sights on the Standing Stone in this Elder Scrolls Call to Arms battle report. Welcome to the channel, my name is Corwin, and today I'm going to be playing some Elder Scrolls Call to Arms by Modiphius Entertainment, one of my favorite games. I'm also using some new models, new to me, from the Skyrim Adventure board game, so it should be fun. Before we get into it though, I would like to take a second to say thanks for checking out the channel. This is brand new, so if you could help me out by doing all the YouTube stuff. Oh, maybe leave me your favorite Lydia story down in the comments. Every Skyrim fan has a Lydia story. Let's get on with it. Here's the scenario. For this scenario, our goal is to move into the center to control the Standing Stone. To do that, we need to outnumber or at least tie the number of adversaries within 3 inches of it. Its blessing has also been randomized and will be playing under the gaze of the mage. The controlling model will have its intelligence attribute increased. There are only 3 ways we can score victory points in this game: completing personal quests, taking scenario oaths, or by controlling the objective, the end of each turn. Just killing adversaries doesn't really get us anything for this scenario, so I'll have to play the objective. I'm making one additional house rule for this scenario. If by turn 5 the dragonling matriarch has not spawned, she will spawn. Because I begin with priority, I'm going to try to take advantage of that. I'm going to move my mage up and cast a fire rune in the middle of all those bad guys.
That's it. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Look out! Don't get too close!
And in a stroke of luck, the next model to activate is the wolf at the back, who will charge towards me directly through my rune. Both wolves and the bandit swordsman fail to roll enough armor and are incinerated, leaving only the bandit archer.
Stupid dog.
What? No!
Now you're paid!
The bandit archer, perhaps in shock, critically misses, failing her chance at revenge. With the rest of my turn, I move the Dragonborn up to claim the treasure chest, finding a silver sword, and I leave Lydia behind to defend the Imperial Mage, as I know enemies will be spawning in the corner behind me.
I've got your back. Come on,
No,
let's see what you're made of.
And with that, turn 1 is complete. I think we're in pretty good shape. That was an amazing rune, as always. Fire rune is overpowered. Let's get into turn 2. The Dragonborn is going to move to within 3 inches of the mage. They're going to, you know it, you love it, Fusroda! Using all the power of their Thum on their unrelenting force shout, the Dragonborn crits the archer, sending them ragdolling out of the treasure zone. Next up, the Bosmer archer moves into cover and tries to shoot Lydia, but the shot deflects off her steel armor and shield.
I'll end your miserable life!
You won't get the best of me!
As a free action, because they're within range of the adventurer party champion, the Imperial Mage searches the treasure chest, rolling a crit, drawing a fine Dwemer sword, and the secret plans, their quest objective. With no other threats in range, they then move on to the next treasure token, but they can't search twice on the same turn, so they'll just save it for next time. Turn 2 ends with a "what was that?" as a dragonling swoops down, landing right next to the treasure zone. Additionally, because we now control the secret plans, we have the opportunity to complete our personal quest for an additional 3 victory points. I control the Standing Stone and there are no enemies within its radius, so I score 3 victory points. Most of the way to a promotion. We'll see if this dragonling lets me get one. Hi everyone, quick editor's note here. I made this way harder for myself than I needed to, both because I forgot keywords on the Dragonborn's card like Armsman and Dual Savagery that would have affected this turn, and because I used the Dragonling Matriarch card in place of the Dragonling Offspring. So, let's see what happens. I think turn 2 went pretty well, other than Lydia missing. But I also have another pressing issue. This. Trying to prevent the dragonling from contesting the objective, the Dragonborn rushes out to meet it.
Dragon! Die, dragon!
Although the first 2 strikes dealt 3 of the dragonling's 5 wounds, I got too confident and the dice betrayed me. Go big or go home. Go home. Let's see if these dice don't let me down again. Oh, this time he saves it. 3 damage against the dragonling armor. If we get lucky here, we can take him down. We do not. Blocks out. The dragonling bites back with a 5 damage hit, but the dragonborn's steel armor comes through, blocking all 5 damage outright.
I love a challenge!
The rest of the turn is less dramatic. Lydia, deflecting 1 more arrow as she approaches, easily kills the bandit and moves back towards the treasure zone to regroup. The Imperial Mage runs around looting the ever-useful Ring of Fortify armor and ending up close to the Standing Stone so that they can benefit from the bonus to their intelligence next turn. At the end of the turn, we draw the Ancient Riddles event card, and I decide to level up the Mage.
Someone's gonna get hurt.
At the end of turn 3, I've gone ahead and placed the puzzle objective up here in this corner. Say it's connected to a Nordic tomb up there or something. And our bandit swordsman friend is back. He'll spawn in this same corner as before. Let's get ready for turn 4. For turn 4, priority has gone back over to the adversaries. The first adversary to activate is the bandit swordsman, who runs up to Lydia but can't penetrate her tough armor.
Slay it! Slay the
Can't wait
dragon!
to count out your coin.
I'll kill you if I have to.
Damn
These are
you!
blocked.
Attempting to finish off the dragonling, the Dragonborn moves up and unleashes another flurry of blows. 4 attacks total, including a follow-up and the Elemental Fury attack. However, they only manage to do a single point of damage as the dragonling's tough hide deflects most of it.
Damn, that dragon doesn't give up easy.
And the dragonling gives as good as it gets, doing a single point of damage to the Dragonborn even through their armor.
Like the bite of a flea.
Once more, making use of the Adventurer Faction Champion bonus, the mage loots the treasure chest nearby as a free action. At this point, they've looted 3 of the 4 available treasure chests, and I'm really beginning to wonder what their motivation for coming here actually was. They then attempt to support the Dragonborn fighting the dragon, but they fail their morale test against its terrifying nature and flee directly away.
Gods help us. I just want to get out of here.
For her activation, Lydia turns and cuts down the bandit who caught up to her. Though she might wish to help her Thane against the dragon, she knows that she must stem the tide of bandits coming down the road behind them, so she'll hold her ground, taking a block action. However, it is not bandits that approach in this hostile environment, our event card at the end of the turn. And since it's the beginning of turn 5, we know who spawns. Which would be a lot more dramatic if I hadn't messed up the cards and been using her card the entire time. I'm about to notice that. Oh boy. Let's get into turn 5. Things are going a little spicy here. We've got both dragonlings on the table, the juvenile and the matriarch. I think the play here is take down this dragonling and move over here. Hopefully, our mage can shake this off and move back in. Although it puts up a good fight, perhaps spurred on by the sight of its matriarch, the dragonling does eventually fall to the Dragonborn's whirling blades. The Dragonborn then moves over to back up Lydia.
If we kill the dragon once, we can do it again.
I've got your back.
The dragonling is off the board. The baby one. Still gotta deal with the big one. The dragonling matriarch charges towards the slayer of its offspring. Both adventurers pass their morale checks and manage to stop their attack, as the mighty dragonling matriarch's jaws cannot find purchase on their armor.
Not impressed.
The Imperial Mage, pockets clanking with unused loot, is still shaken from their previous encounter, so all they do is run over to control the Standing Stone. The stalwart Lydia, thanks to being able to use the Dragonborn Champion's wisdom, passes her morale test and moves into combat with the dragon, dealing a single point of damage. To begin the event phase at the end of the turn, I'm going to spend another 5 VP to level up the Dragonborn.
I long to fight that foul worm.
And let's see what our event card is for the end of the turn. Let's do, this one. Calm before the storm. I see some bad weather has rolled in and 2 enemies have spawned. So it's about to get crowded in this corner here as the brown wolf and the brown bear have followed the dragon to see what the disturbance is. Adversaries have priority, so there's a 1 in 3 chance that I'm about to get chomped. Well, really, since it's all monsters, there's a 100% chance I'm about to get chomped. The Dragonling Matriarch lands a massive blow, dealing 2 damage and a bleed token to the Dragonborn. Well, I can't let that stand. After the Imperial Mage failed to remove their Shaken token, I decided it was time for a little bit of Imperial luck to turn the tide. Can you say Imperial luck? That is a 4 damage rune right about there. The bear circles around to attack Lydia, but in doing so, will activate the rune, detonating it. The wolf and the bear are taken out immediately, but the dragon saves most of the damage, taking only 1 wound and a burning token. Seems a little messed up, now that I think about it. Shouldn't dragons be fireproof? I feel like dragons should be fireproof. I'm going to activate the Dragonborn, who is going to see if that bleed token goes away. On a 3, it will. Very nice. I think the Dragonborn is going to do what the Dragonborn does here. Rolling a critical hit, the Dragonborn slays the dragon on their first attack.
Bring the worm down!
Die, dragon!
Taking down the Dragonling Matriarch, the Dragonborn draws a treasure, which is actually a cache. As they quickly loot the body, finding a set of armor and a bow. Oh, interesting. For their second action, the Dragonborn turns and rallies the Imperial Mage to remove their Shaken token.
For
For White Run!
Well, if you say so.
Lydia's turn will be quite simple. She's going to ready and block, as the field is clear for now, but more will be coming.
Well, look what we have here.
Time to die, hero!
For 5 victory points, we level up
I
Lydia.
am sworn to carry your burdens.
The event we are drawing is Disease. Well, she did just get promoted, but I think Lydia's... Actually, no. The smart play is to make the mage do it. So, the mage, maybe because they're a retired blade, a mysterious stranger, they might not be... Never mind. They're totally fine. They've got the immune system of a dragon. And that will bring us to round 7. Despite the Dragonborn's rally, the Imperial Mage fails to cast their rune and flees towards the exit corner carrying the secret plans. The Bandit Swordsman moves in to engage Lydia, who misses with her readied attack, but also deflects his strike with her trusty shield and quick reflexes.
Time to die, hero!
Easily blocked.
The Dragonborn is going to pull back to try to control the objective, but before they do, I think it's time for another Fusroda.
Last mistake. Not even close.
And then for their second, much less dramatic action, the Dragonborn is just going to pull back and get within the circle of control for the objective. The Bandit Archer takes a shot at Lydia, but her armor protects her. Then on her turn, Lydia sprints forward the full 8 inches to engage the Archer, rolling a critical success,
White Run!
slaying the bandit in a single blow. We're in very good shape here, although Lydia is directly on top of the enemy spawn, so that could get interesting. Our event is Divine Intervention. Oh, I don't know. Lydia can re-roll any skill die they want. We are going to spawn 2 models. It's probably going to be wolves, let's face it. This should bring us into the final turn, turn 8. The final turn here, I have one real objective, which is get these secret plans off the corner. But I've got to clear the way first. The adversaries begin with priority. The Bandit Archer takes a stab at Lydia, but is blocked by her armor. For my first activation, I'm going to pick Lydia. On her turn, Lydia cuts down the wolf before it has a chance to attack, opening up an avenue to reach the board edge.
You want a real fight, huh? Let's go.
The Imperial Mage is going to take advantage of that opening and dart past Lydia to the corner of the board, taking the secret plans off of our deployment edge, scoring us 3 more victory points for completing our personal quest. Alright, and with the Dragonborn controlling the central objective, that brings the game to a close. We can do a final event phase, let's see. The final event phase is open ground. Doesn't do anything. 3 enemies do spawn, so this corner getting pretty clogged up. That's it for this game as our heroes, the Dragonborn and faithful housecarl Lydia, clear out the threats around the Standing Stone, leaving them to wonder what became of the mysterious mage who left as quickly as she arrived. What did she find that caused her to leave, carrying a good portion of the loot? Was she a bandit? Was she connected to the Dragonkin? Will we ever find out? I hope you enjoyed watching this game as much as I enjoyed playing it. If you'd like to see more like this, please help me out by doing all the YouTube stuff down below. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the little notification bell. Otherwise, I'm Corwin. Thank you very much for your time. I'll see you in another life.